Hey everyone, Chance from Aquascape here. Today I'd like to share with you how I propagate my Genus Hygrophila pinnatifida. This is an awesome plant. It is a staple for a lot of aquascapers. A lot of people use it in a lot of tanks. It's a very beautiful plant submerged. You can see its pinnate leaves, how it got its name. Awesome plant. You can also see, if you look close, it's a very hairy plant immerse. It's not sticky, there's no real resinous material on it, but definitely has some hairs, so it's a cool plant. What I'd like to show you is how I propagate it. So with this, you see it's a giant bush. So I take some snips, or I'll use my thumb and index fingernail, but I just cut my nails recently so it's not sharp. But typically I do that. So I find a good growth point a little bit lower on the plant. You see right here, try to find the camera. There we are. So you see right here, I have some new growth coming right out of the inner node there. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna snip right above it. All right, and in doing that, grab the cutting. I exposed the new growth directly to the sun. So you see, topped two new shoots exposed to the sun. What those are gonna grow up to be like, I'm gonna set this aside in some water for a minute. That's where we're gonna be planting a bunch of stems here in a second. But what those will grow up to be like, if we can get low enough down here, here's one. So you see, if I look here, you can see one that I've topped a while ago. And you have two very long new growth, new stems coming off of that. So these little stems that we just did here, now that they are the termination point for the main stem, the vascular stems will be able to transfer the concentration of what they're eating, all the nutrients, up to this new growth here rather than the old new growth, which was here. So these will grow a lot faster. I can actually, now that it's been a while, I can go ahead and snip the growth off of what I did before. If I can find my snips here. It's such a bushy plant. There we are. So I can just go ahead and snip these off. Same place, right at the base of the stem and the node. Put those in the water there. And I have two more stems off of the one stem. And the cool thing about it, if I look down further on the stem that I just cut, the original stem that I cut before, we'll look down a little bit further and look, hey, two more new growth points. So I go ahead and I'll remove this excess stem here because it's pretty much done, and that'll make the termination point for that vascular stem those two new growth points, and they'll grow up to be big plants and allow me to top and move over here and start a whole new bin. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly snap some of these off here with scissors, or these snips as they're called. Take some from the lower branches as well to prevent them from drooping and dying, because there's no water that they're going to grow down into, so they won't be able to crawl their way out of the bin. I like to keep the bins properly trimmed up to prevent plants from crawling away. So where are we? Here's a good point. All right. So we have enough stems over here now. This is the same dirt that I use, soil that I use in all the mixes. This is actually the recycled soil mixed with sand, a little bit of sand, so it's not exactly the same dirt, I should say, but yeah. Concentration of it is the same that I use in my immerse setups that you guys will see in the greenhouse videos and stuff that I'll do later. So this here, I just plant it in. The soil is very soft. Push it down into the substrate and leave enough room for it to branch out, because you saw how it likes to branch out. So don't really need too many stems to start a good bin of this stuff. Plant them deep. It doesn't matter if you hit the bottom of the bowl or not with the stem. It really doesn't matter. The more stem you have pushed into the soil, all of this is going to become a rooting point In actuality, I mean, you could prepare the stem even more. Like if this were an aquarium and I was worried about dissolved organics or, you know, plant material turning into dissolved organics, you would take off these leaves here, just pinch them off, clean the stem down bare, and that would work for this situation too, but it's not necessary. There's no real reason, and the dirt dissolves it and it just becomes plant food after a while anyway in these bins. So I don't bother cleaning the stems when I'm doing my immersed bins. You can if you want. I do clean them when I am converting them in an aquarium though. So, and there you have it. One more. No, it's planted. Cool. Alright, so there. In 2 months, maybe, this bin will be roughly like this. Not as chopped, as you can see. I've chopped on this quite a bit, but it'll be as big and bushy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments or message me on Facebook. I prefer you message me in the comments because I'm trying to build up a bigger YouTube following. I have so much stuff to share with you guys, and the more people that I see that are interested, the more inclined I am to share it. You know, who wants to share stuff with people that don't really care about it? So yeah, not asking for likes, but I guess I'm asking to see who's interested, because I do have a plethora more things to show you. As I've said in other videos, I keep over 250 species of aquatics, including lilies and other cool things, as well as emergent plants that wouldn't necessarily be considered aquatics. So please don't forget to like and share and subscribe this video to let me know you guys care. Thanks guys, have a good one. Sorry about the doggos.